Freaks and knife geeks, it's Tom right here, your favorite weirdo blade maker. I've got something special here. It is Lepre Day. Yes, this is fun stuff. I just finished this for a customer and figured I'd bang out a quick video before it got shipped off. And I don't get to play with it anymore. And I don't get to fawn over it and be weird and sleep with it and cuddle with it and all sorts of nice stuff. Anyway, so what we have here, I just finished this for a guy out in Colorado. This is the second knife I've done for him. The first one I really loved. This one, I got a chubby over this one. I can't deny this is really beautiful stuff. This is a knife by a company called Lepre. It's an Italian-made knife. I think I mentioned in a video once before, these are probably one of the finest production-made knives that I've come across. They're just so damn well made, it's ridiculous. I mean, they lock up like a tank. The fit and finish is some fantastic on them. So when you're modifying one of these, you're starting with something really high quality to begin with. Anyway, so what we have here, this one originally had, I'll show you. I actually have them here. It came with wood scales on this. I think it might be Cocobolo or something. I'm not sure. Maybe a rosewood. Tough to say. Anyway, the scales, boring. Nothing that exciting going on. They had pins in them and stuff and just some flat red wood. All right, now what do we got? Oh my God. So he sent me this scale material. This is incredibly tough stuff to get. This is what you would call basically like presentation grade mother of pearl. This is saltwater mother of pearl. I actually didn't know really the difference. I had another friend slash client tell me that apparently when you get the hints of blue and green and all the colors going on, which you can see here in the reflection, that's what you get from saltwater pearl. And apparently freshwater pearl is just really white. In my garage where the lighting is a little different, I actually thought it was pure white. I didn't really pick up on a lot of the blues and pinks and stuff in it as well. So I thought it was freshwater. This is saltwater. And it is hard to get stuff this good, this size. No question about it. And I mean, especially to find it with no flaws. There's always a few little nicks and flaws in them here and there. There's always something. And when you grind them, sometimes you find some stuff. This set was particularly pristine. Which made it a pleasure to work with. Also very nerve-wracking because we had like literally a millimeter to spare in various directions because of the size of the scales we're dealing with here. This is a big knife. And as you can see, we're going to go to the side here. It was pretty thick stuff too. This is probably about, I'd say it's about 4 millimeters thick. It is thick, flat, beautiful slabs here. And in order to make up the difference here, what we have is an underlayment of G10 under here, and then I inlaid abalone along the edges here, which you can see. We're going to flip this over, and look at that shit. That's just freaking eye candy. That is ridiculous. I mean, that is so gorgeous. It really came out wild like that. We put it all the way around here. And so, I mean, it's just wow. And then what happened was here, so this is the safety mechanism. So I had to route out the mother of pearl to make room for the safety. And you know what? I decided to mirror it because I really, I wanted to look uniform on both sides. It kind of almost looks strange to me because it was mother of pearl routing out one side. So I did the other side and put an abalone inlay there too. So it's the same on both sides. Let's open this up. Got the safety here. It's a good safety, actually. Locks up well. Boom. I love the sound on these. They have a really, really good snap to them. It's a good, strong spring. It's not as thick as some knives, but the balance between the spring power and the blade weight and everything else, it's a really good snap. And this thing is pretty freaking sharp. Yep, it shaves. It shaves the hair right off. I cleaned up the edge a little bit on it. It had a factory edge. I cleaned it up a little bit. Oh, you can see my reflection there. But anyway, so we polished it out a little bit too and stuff. But so you got, I wanted to kind of keep the same look of the abalone here. So I was originally going to do file work on the liners. I decided to just leave it coined because I kind of like the look here next to the abalone of just the very, very simple coining. But we did do file work all the way up and on both sides and on the bottom. and then change the swing guards here. I'm not crazy about the shape of the factory ones, so we reshape them, make them a little bit more aggressive, but once again, want it so they're not going to catch on things. So they have a little bit more angry look, if you want, whatever, without being too crazy. I didn't want to put points on them and stuff like that. I think sometimes that can get a little bit cheesy. I think I still got some buffing compound here. But anyway, and then it's hard to see in the reflection. Drilled out the button and put matching mother of pearl in the button. In the reflections, you'd almost think it's also in nickel silver, but it's not. It's a mother of pearl button. And then we've got the name engraved over here, Kai. And it was weird. We were trying to come up with a name with this because when you do really special knives, I like to name the ones that are particularly pretty. And Kai is a word for ocean or sea in Hawaiian, just like Native Americans and stuff, because Hawaiians, everything revolves around the ocean. They have a million words that deal with ocean and the sea and things like that. And the one word they use is Kai. And because there's so much ocean related material on here, the abalone and the pearl, I thought that was an appropriate name. It's a freaking magnificent knife. There's no way around it. It's heavy. It's got some weight to it. This is not screwing around here. I mean, this thing has some weight. It's basically almost like a pick lock. You have the release back here. You have to press on this bar here. You actually have to use almost both thumbs. It's got a hefty spring. But I hope you enjoy it. I really enjoyed working on this one. Said I've done other knives for this fella. He's really a true collector. We wanted to also make this one pinless. As I said, you can kind of see the original scales. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins. On this, we're down to 1. This is one we really can't avoid because it goes completely through, and that's what locks in the back, the kick spring and the spacer in the back. But we eliminated all the pins on the scales because there was no freaking way I wanted to put holes all over these scales. They're just too beautiful. Plus, you have the risk of damage when you go peening them. And on mother of pearl, you damage this stuff and you're in deep doo-doo. You don't want to do this. These are very expensive scales. I'm not sure what he supplied them, so I don't know what he paid for them, but I would easily expect this to be a $300 or $400 set of scales. If he got them for less, I'd love to know where, because it's hard to get stuff this big, this good. It's not so hard to get smaller pieces, but these were relatively decent sized slabs, and the problem is because of the shape of this handle, you lose a lot of material. It's not straight. It's got a curve to it. So anyway, these scales are actually screwed on from the inside, which is what I do with a lot of my new customs, using little brass threaded inserts, which are pressed into the scales, and then 0-80 Torx head screws. And then we put it down with thread locker. So it's not going anywhere. And, if you ever need to replace them, there's a problem, you drop the damn thing. I hope he doesn't. It's not that big a deal to take the scales off. One pin, and, take out this pin and then the main pin, and you can pivot it open. You can take the scales off, replace them, whatever you need to do. Or potentially repair them. Hopefully not. I'm assuming this is going to go in some little display or something like that. I mean, it's so damn pretty. I don't know which side I want to look at more. I'm kind of a real fan of the back side here. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed. This is being shipped out today. I hope he enjoys it as much as I do. And you guys got any questions, concerns, anything like that, leave me a message, and I'll talk to you soon. I'm going to be out of pocket, as they say, for about a week and a half. I'm actually flying over to Europe with the family for spring break. But when I get back, I'll be posting more videos. Take care. Bye-bye.